All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We've got map number 3 for you after Team 1 put on quite a display on Mirage. They came back from a 6-0 deficit to win it 16-14. Credit the Party Astronauts for coming back at the end and making it close, but Team 1 were able to take that. So we're here on Overpass into the pistol round. Jonji peeking around from sandbags. He's going to have to back off. On Overpass, Team 1 over the last 3 months have been a little more effective than the Party Astronauts, but we'll get to that as PwnAlone is getting flashbanged to hell and back, and he will go down. XNS gets 2, and it's all over just like that. All 5 frags for Team 1. They don't lose a body.
They don't lose a single player, and it's an explosive pop into the B site. The information was given to the Party Astronauts, but good utility and great precision from Team 1, carrying over their fine form from Mirage. That 16-2 looks like a blip on our radar, something of a statistical outlier. And Team 1 are absolutely trouncing Party Astronauts right now. Even though that was a 16-14, Team 1 were dominating that game. It very easily could have been so much better in their favor. And Party Astronauts are struggling to find any response. They've gone to their 4-spy, but it didn't work too well on Mirage. We'll see if it can find any success here on Overpass. But PwnAlone's bag 7 doesn't have anyone in the near vicinity to take out, so I think that's going to come up empty.
Yeah, DJ going to fall off here after seeing some utility being thrown his way towards long A. And Team 1 will use the space that they've gained to their advantage. Maluk is scoped in, watching, waiting for a peek to come through. But the Party Astronauts are playing this pretty passively. Maybe a chance for Pwn to sneak through into the bathrooms here and use that swag 7 effectively, but I think he's just waiting for someone to come a connector. Oh, good shot from DJ. TRK goes down through the wall, and then, oh, I thought he tagged that player as well, but it was actually he that got tagged by Maluk.
He did not do the tagging. He got tagged himself. Gaze, though, taking a lot of damage, spamming away. Jonji on a 5-7 is able to finish him off. And that'll get the man advantage into the hands of a Party Astronauts by a considerable margin now of 2. Still, Team 1 seemed content to push their way onto the A site. The Deagle of Ben needs to strike, but he's blinded. He didn't connect his first. XNS goes for 2, but he gets traded back by Jonji. 2v2 now as PwnAlone creeps forward. USB in hand. Time is of the essence. They're watching for him, though. And Pesa will not be denied victory yet. Viz on the target, and Team 1 lucky to get that round on the board. Came down to a couple missed opportunities there for Party Astronauts.
You see Jonji gets under the skin of other teams, really, you know, because Team 1 is not a team that usually goes for BM, but both players at the end going at the body, you know, with the bullets. So there you go. Team 1 gets the 2-0 lead, and Party Astronauts look very threatening on that A site, but a good job of Team 1 to methodically eliminate every player, in particular Jonji, who was coming out there and managed to get 2 with the 5-7. Could have done more damage, but once he goes down, it's a lot more difficult for PA to get anything out of that round. So, Team 1 will bring a couple of MAC-10s, 2 Galils, and the AK into this one. 128 on the clock. There is XNS, finds Viz, and then Kays makes it look easy over on Jonji. This is all Team 1, and only DJ left standing, who might be able to get one on a flank here in the lower tunnels if he's not hurt, and almost got fragged there, but he does manage to get a nice little headshot and an not an AK, a Galil.
Is he going to even try and go for anything more with the Galil? Because he's going to get an N4 in the next round anyways. He looks like he's going to creep forward. XNS is waiting for him, however, and XNS will take the peek. DJ, though, has a couple of players running at him with MAC-10s. He does manage one more before he falls, so there you go. And the Jonji effect is growing. It's not the butterfly effect, it's the Jonji effect. If a Jonji sprays a body on on Inferno, Team 1's going to spray a body back on Overpass.
It's technically a butterfly effect, though. I mean,
yeah. Well, we can just call it Jonji effect.
In a way. Yeah, there we go, Jonji. Jonji fly effect.
I like that one. I like that.
I don't know. I didn't like it. My mother was like, I don't know about that. But it's okay. Team 1 are feeling good. I mean, they've got 3 in a row here to open things up. Party Astronauts on the rifles, and they're going to find 4 in a row. Ben gets 2. Viz as well. Maluk, the last one standing. And the Party Astronauts back to their usual ways here on the defensive end. A surprising struggle on Mirage, but here on Overpass, well, they have shut things down in round number 4 with only Maluk left. It gives me a chance to talk a little bit more about the stats here, Austin, since this round's pretty much over. On Overpass, for the Party Astronauts, they don't play it as much as their other maps, but 8 times, 5 wins, 3 losses, 97 rounds for, 107 rounds against, for a -10 round differential. So even with a winning record, they've got a negative round differential, which is because, I should say, of the fact that they've lost a few matches on Overpass by a significant margin. So that's why you see that deficit in terms of round differential. If you look over at TeamOne over the last 3 months, they've played it 5 times and have had much more success. 4 wins, only 1 loss, and a +23 round differential. So given that TeamOne played very well on Mirage, they're coming into Overpass. They've already picked up the first 3 rounds. There's very much a chance for them to pull this one off, but here's Jonji taking down Pesa through the wall and through a smoke.
Party Astronauts fail to show much stability on their CT side of Mirage. They're going to try and break that streak here by a couple of convincing wins in a row. This would also bankrupt TeamOne if they're able to shut them down. Make it a pretty likely chance for a 3-3 scoreline, I should say. Utilities running quite dry for TeamOne, down to a couple of smokes and a flashbang. Bomb going to be recovered, and they'll train up lane now towards the A site, but PwnAlone is lurking behind that smoke. He's waiting to pounce. He'll fall away, however. Does not want to get caught out in the open. His help is a little far removed. That's DJ out towards long door. Flashbang not going to come in. A lineup! Nope, it's just one. Thought there was a second guy behind. I don't know why the bomb's pushing into bathrooms all alone. That's a bit of a blunder.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Putting the bomb into bathrooms by its lonesome, and now you've given all the advantage in the world to the Party Astronauts. DJ finds Maluk, and this is all falling apart for TeamOne. They might not even get a frag out of this round, and they don't. DJ gets the last 3, and USP headshot on XNS at the end of it. 2 rounds for Party Astronauts, and as opposed to everything else for TeamOne, that comeback on Mirage and the amount of rounds they pulled off in a row, including the start here on Overpass, that one was a blunder.
Major blunder there for TeamOne, and it's kind of like what we saw back on Inferno. TeamOne making a little bit of errors, and Party Astronauts capitalizing with some great shots of their own right. Glocks out, though, for TeamOne in this round. Not exactly one they'll hope to win. P250 in the hand of XNS as well. Spray down here from Viz, makes it a 3-piece. I don't think he's going to get a 5-piece combo, but he still got himself a solid meal out of that, getting those tasty little eco frags. Jonji will get himself some a la carte meals, as will Ben.
Yeah, TeamOne just walking into the Party Astronauts on their ecos at this point, and Party Astronauts like, all right, cool. Well, we'll just kill you all. No problem. 3-3. All tied up here, and the Party Astronauts will face off against another TeamOne buy-up. This won't be a full buy-up, at least not in terms of an ideal buy-up on T side, because you have XNS on the Galil, but everyone else on 8Ks and a good chunk of utility. They shouldn't be too worse for the wear, so let's see what they can do with this. DJ throws a nade right down the middle here, and then backs off immediately towards the A site. So just hoping to connect some damage. He did, but nothing crazy.
It's still some chip damage, though. If they had any M4s, it would make a little bit more of a difference. But all 4 remaining riflers on the Party Astronauts have AKs. PwnAlone has his weapon of choice, but it's not often you see a CT side with full AKs, and it means things are going really good for that CT side, and not so good for the opposition. TeamOne strolling their way out towards long and bathrooms. DJ, though, one of those AKs taken down. No response from PwnAlone just yet. There he goes. That reveals the ops position over on A, but that also signals that PwnAlone is here. A is not open for the taking. Counter utility going to come through. Perhaps a Molotov to hold off any pushes in towards B as well. TeamOne have plenty of time, and perhaps they'll try and work their way back in towards the A site. Still, B might be a little more tantalizing option, because the PwnAlone op is a scary thing to fight against. And now even Jonji starting to aggress up long. Perhaps he can find an opening on TRK, who's waiting. And Jonji becomes victim number 2 for TeamOne in this round.
TeamOne, 28 seconds left, though. They have to make their move, and they're probably only getting to this bomb site below the 20-second mark after they throw their utility. And yeah, that is indeed the case. Here they go. PwnAlone's going to back off and try and find one from Bank. He does. That's case down, and it's the bomb as well. They have to retrieve it, and they do get it this time, Austin. So XNS is going to plant that. Bomb hits dirt. Now Viz going to try and come on forward, and the Party Astronauts do have a very good opportunity to get this retake.
They have a good opportunity, but again, TeamOne sending that bomb into the open. It almost cost them this time, as it did in the previous round. We'll see if Party Astronauts can recover this round as a whole, though. Viz closing that gap. Pace has got the right timing. PwnAlone's on top of dice. Will he get the right clear? There's one back towards Con as well. Viz, however, taken down by Pesadillo, but Ben will refrag. PwnAlone's in front of him. PwnAlone's holding the line. They're not peeking. TRK tries to go long. There's no time. Does PwnAlone have it? He's holding. He's spraying, and he has fallen. TeamOne hold them off and retain their lead. They will not go down so far, so early on Overpass. I can still come forth from the Party Astronauts. It was close, but no cigar for the CT side. Now the Brazilian squad's going to try and pile on the pressure here. 3 Galils, however, means that their buy's a little lackluster, and PwnAlone still has the big green, and all those rifles have full utility behind them. Timeout called, actually.
I think by TeamOne, which is surprising, right? Because
Not really.
Well, I mean, that round didn't go exactly perfectly, but they managed to pull it off at the end of the day, and the Party Astronauts were shut down. But yeah. Let's see here. 2 AKs, 3 Galils coming through for TeamOne, and the Party Astronauts are going to have an op and 4 A1Ss. And of course, PA built up a good amount of bank because they were able to keep 5 alive for 2 consecutive rounds. So let's see if they can come back here after what was a pretty solid attempt at the retake. I think the one thing that did them in, and I mean, it's just the lack of utility, right? Because they could have smoked off the bomb, thrown some flashbangs and Molotovs, but they had to dry peek and go for straight fights. And at the end of the day, they just ran out of manpower, I should say.
Yeah, they did. They threw bodies at the problem too, and weren't able to really solve it. But TeamOne now looking to strike back again, grow their lead on the T side of Overpass. TeamOne, for their roster changes, were quite competent on this map. 4-1-5. Here comes Ben. He cannot shine, though. He gets snuffed out. And Jonji will take up his position behind the toxic barrel smoke. Nade will go too far. They're still spamming, expecting someone behind. Pesa crouches it, and he will not get taken down. Unable to convert that shot. Couple of errors now recently, even going back to Mirage, where Party Astronauts are not able to adjust their aim on some micros, and TeamOne are taking advantage of it. Crouch peaks are working for them right now, and the Party Astronauts that was winning every aim duel without a really stop in sight back on Inferno, and even early days on Mirage, has evaporated. It's no longer with us. TeamOne looking to be the better riflers right now, better aimers. Party Astronauts stumbling here against one of their 2 real tests in their group of ECL.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it going back to the beginning of the season that TeamOne and MRBR would be the biggest problems, I would say, for the Party Astronauts coming out with that perfect season. And well, I mean, it absolutely has come to that. TeamOne have the 5-3 edge here. I would say it's far from over. This has been a very back and forth affair here on Overpass. No one really has control of the momentum right now. If you go back to Mirage, you might say, well, TeamOne has it. But even then, at the end of Mirage, Party Astronauts were really coming on strong, and TeamOne just came out with a very great performance in round number 30 in order to close things out. TeamOne's going to call another timeout. They've really been burning their timeouts, and Party Astronauts haven't really called that many at all. Have they even called one?
They have called one back on Mirage, and I think they won the round after, which was that Tech 9 round.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
That was the one timeout they called. They haven't called any timeouts on any. No need to call it on Inferno, obviously. But here on Overpass, they might be getting to timeout territory, although TeamOne seem to be using that for them. And I do like how TeamOne's using these timeouts, even on rounds they've won, because they haven't necessarily been as clean as they would have liked. And there's adjustments they want to make, which is showing TeamOne are feeling confident like they can win this, and they want to do this as clean as possible. They're making a lot of adjustments right now. It's a good sign for them moving forward. And Party Astronauts counter this, though, because they've been stunned a little bit. And it's honestly kind of worrying. Here, seeing what's going on for Party Astronauts, it doesn't look like they have what it takes.
Yeah, the B hold has been a little tough for PA. TeamOne are abusing that, as did in the previous round. And again here, they're trying to punch on through. But as of right now anyway, the Party Astronauts are using their spacing towards that door, or squeaky door I should say, to spam it down and hold their ground. The thing is, they're heavily stacked towards the B site. A is extremely vulnerable. You do have DJ with a forward position in those lower tunnels. He'll peek around, could get that first frag. If he can find one and get away from this area, I think he'll have a chance of giving his team the advantage. Oh, Ben gets taken down to 17 HP though here, Austin. That's tough.
That's not ideal for the Party Astronauts, but this could be. PwnAlone catches Maluk with a nade out. It's a good start here for Party Astronauts. The op of PwnAlone is always something that cooks when Party Astronauts are playing well. They need that op to stabilize things and get back into the control of the flow of this game. In the meantime, though, TeamOne are creeping their way out to ride through Monster. They're going to go the silent and stealthy way, and the rotations are leaving. This is so well done by TeamOne. Maluk is calling a masterclass right now, and we'll see if Party Astronauts can counter. Utility's going to flood in now. Viz strikes for one, but only one. XNS eliminates Ben for nothing. DJ, one and only one again to a 2v2. The health is low on XNS, and he's the last man standing. No more time, no more life, and Party Astronauts strike back to take it. It wasn't clean again, but boy, was it a good round for the Party Astronauts to win off the back of a TeamOne timeout.
Yeah, I mean, good job by the Party Astronauts finally shutting down TeamOne on that B site and keeping a couple of players live, including the AWP, so that'll help their economy a little bit. You know, Pwn's at 5.7K and Viz at 2.2, but everyone else almost at, well, they're definitely below the 1,000 mark. Anyway, into the action here. Jonji hopping over that wall. Just trying to see what's going on in water. And Jaysa has a smoke in front of him, but eats the nade and goes down to below half health. Nice toss there by the Party Astronauts. Still no frags on the board as TeamOne are spread out across the map, just holding default positions, waiting for the Party Astronauts to push into them and make the first mistake. But as it stands, no one wants to aggress here for PA. They're just going to hold their ground and wait for TeamOne to come to them.
Ben's on the slats too. I love that position. It's so strong. We'll see if he can get anything from it. His TeamOne are going to congregate back towards B, bringing the bomb back. They're out of utility. They have 3 flashbangs. They're going to have to make them count. It's perfect for countering Ben's position, though. And the flashbangs are going to get ready to fly through. Maluki holding for a couple, but Ben's going to get caught out by XNS instead. Molotov, flashbang is going forward. Maluk is blind, but he cannot convert that spray. A little unfortunate there. In the meantime, Pace is lurking out towards A. PwnAlone's holding the angle, though, or should be at any rate. Nobody's actually watching the A run. Instead, they're all focused down toward B. Rotate. The bomb goes first as well. Biz is traded out. 4v3 in the favor of TeamOne. 4v2. Jonji spraying away. He's done so much damage. Finally converts onto one, but he cannot convert another. DJ knows Pace is in the back lines, and that's a lot of... Wait, what? 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 How? How does... No. What? Why are they both running in the open?
What? Okay, Party Astronauts now call a timeout after that because they probably have to settle their comms down because what the hell just happened? DJ just spamming onto the site. Obviously, he sees a sliver of a head on both players. And, I mean, the first one makes sense, but the second one, they just, I guess, walked into the bullets. Yeah, I don't know. That one, I think I need to see again because that was unbelievable. Shutting down TeamOne in a 3v1. I mean, the both players were low health, but I think they could have taken a different path towards the bomb site in order to get the plant. That's just a weird decision, and DJ in the right place at the right time. I can confidently say I have not seen that one before.
I can confidently concur. I'm still a little broken from that. Jeez. Can they call another attack for me, please? That should never happen. Ever. And the fact there wasn't a response there when the player was in position just makes it all the more worse. It's just... That's where you call a timeout afterwards if your TeamOne Party Astronauts do it for you, because, yeah, they had to get the comms in order. But, jeez, man, that's got to sting. And now look at what their buy is. A couple of Deagles, a couple of Glocks, and an AK on Pesa. From a TeamOne that had a lot of momentum and flow, the wave has crested and made landfall. Now it's going back out to sea, and the Party Astronauts are arriving in that momentum. Pwn doesn't connect that opening shot, and he'll actually get taken out by XNS hugging the close wall. And Pesa finds Jonji. Hold on a minute. Maybe TeamOne are going to hold that momentum after all.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got an AWP and an AK in their hands. Now DJ gets peeked upon. Information gained. That's very valuable information as well. TRK flicking back and forth as XNS spots out Ben Lee. And then Pesa takes down Viz and DJ goes down to TRK. You've got to be kidding me. After the Party Astronauts win an absolutely ridiculous round, then TeamOne come back with pistols and I think one rifle and turn it into a completely... I don't have words. I just completely dominate the round, you know, and they get free upgrades as well into this one. So, okay. I don't know. I don't know how to break this one down, Austin.
I don't either. I don't think there's a way you can break it down because half of what's happening is completely illogical. It makes sense. It doesn't process right. And now Party Astronauts are on a half or a force buy. So, well, the way the last two rounds have worked, they're going to win this in some fantastical fashion. And there's the first from Jonji, pushing up a flash from DJ. TRK trades it back, so maybe we won't have complete and total insanity just yet. But Utility's going to raid in towards B, where Viz is a 5-7 and Ben has a Deagle. Deagle at this close range could be a shotgun. Are they going to commit to this B site take? It's a risky proposition. TeamOne decide to hold their nerve for now, but a rotation's been drawn down, and that's the swag 7 PwnAlone. Well, I don't know what good it's going to do on B. Oh, the boost, the boost, the boost, the boost. Is Pwn ready for it? He's looking. He hears them drop. The timing barely conveys them. Oh, he's got one! Not a second! Ben, only good for nothing as X and S and K's are going to open this one up, and I think they're going to restore normalcy to the rounds here. Our TeamOne. I don't think there's much DJ can do. Maybe one kill, a headshot if he comes through, but we will have a normal round of Counter-Strike here. Chance to regroup for both teams, but TeamOne with 7 on the board on T's side Overpass. That is no small feat.
Well, DJ's still alive, so you say normal. I don't know. Maybe he'll hit like 3 headshots in a row and TeamOne will peek into him, but no. Okay, that's not going to happen. Oh boy, this is quickly devolved into some very scrappy Counter-Strike, but TeamOne do get a 7th for themselves on the board and deal with the Party Astronauts members that were handicapped from some inferior weaponry. So, 2-round lead restored for TeamOne, and DJ will just save that scout into this round. But yeah, it'll be another pistol buy up here for the Party Astronauts. So TeamOne poised to take the lead into the second half, which, I mean, you wouldn't have expected given that the Party Astronauts did win knife and they pick CT side, and CT side typically has the advantage here on Overpass. But TeamOne are proving that their T side is nothing to, it is important that you take it seriously.
And, well, for Party Astronauts, their T side a little lackluster in the last 8, John. Only about 42.3% win rate on T side. So it's not looking good for Party Astronauts, and for TeamOne. They have about a 65% win rate in their 5 games played on this map. Of course, that was with Malbs in the lineup. But the way XNS is playing, it's looking like that Malbs gap is getting filled quite nicely by him. And even Kays is picking up the pace here as well, right there even with TRK. XNS, though, speak of the devil, going to open that one up out towards B. Ben going a little aggressive, gets punished. And yeah, TeamOne, they're riding the wave. They're surfing it, hanging 10. So they should get a smooth 8-5 lead.
Yeah. Still a chance here. Maybe Jonji can make some noise with the P250. He's still not been discovered. Popping around the corner at the right time could favor him, but no. I mean, there's an AK and an off. He has to get some perfect shots, and he does! He tries to flick around and get the second. I shouldn't doubt anything in this matchup right now, at least on Overpass. Maluk finds the trade, but DJ does have that scout and will peek around the corner to find it. He connects with the body of Maluk, takes him down to 31. 4v3. Still in hand here for TeamOne, and XNS has gained all the space in the world towards the B site. Should be able to walk on uncontested.
Uncontested, and I don't think there's anything that Party Astronauts can do to really hold them at bay with the weapons they have. Anyways, well, PwnAlone now picks up an AK. Well, that was short-lived.
Yeah.
I couldn't even say he's picked up an AK. He died right afterwards. Viz has actually recovered it, though, and he's bailed out. DJ doing what he can, trying to steal away another gun. But there's not really much bright in the sky. Party Astronauts is, even with a couple of kills here, it's not really going to mean too much. TeamOne have activated. This is the TeamOne that they have the potential to be in. It's kind of what we were hoping they would become maybe a little later on in the season with a little more reps under their belt, but
yeah,
they've really responded well to a 16-2 loss. Again, if we go all the way back to Inferno, which seems like an age ago, it was a 16-2 win for Party Astronauts. And now, who has the momentum? Who has the aim duels? Who has the reads? It's all TeamOne.
Yeah, and I think the struggles for TeamOne and Inferno go back to even when Mobs was on the roster, so that clearly hasn't been resolved at all, but they came on Mirage, and they came back from a deficit and then took control of that map. Here, they're fighting back and forth with the Party Astronauts. A couple of ridiculous rounds are the only way to describe them, and then things have settled down more in TeamOne's favor once more. They've taken this half. Party Astronauts are going to come back at them, of course, with the rifle buy-up. And we have another timeout here called by the Party Astronauts. So as soon as I said, hey, they're not calling timeouts, they called two. So, but either way, it is a good timeout to call just to talk things over, settle the troops down. And hey, look, you've saved an AK from the previous round. You've got 4 A1Ss, almost full utility. Take it easy, wait for TeamOne to come to you, and maybe try for some aggressive plays here and there, right? It wouldn't hurt to try and get some information early at Fountain, which hasn't necessarily happened on a consistent basis, and no, they decide against it. Pwn just throws a flashbang, and they send 4 players to the B site on the defense here. They really don't want to give up this site, and it's not a bad read given that 4 Party Astronauts, in fact, all 5 TeamOne players are coming through here. Here's the flashbangs charging on in. They're wasting no time. Ben going to be a critical piece. He fires away. Molotov burning at his feet, so he has to move his position, and it's about even damage. In fact, exactly even damage done to himself and XNS. Now XNS goes down to DJ. Kays, along with Pesa, have moved into Canal, and Jonji's waiting in the smoke. He wants to strike. Can he do it? Viz is helping out by getting Pesa attracting the attention in his direction, and there's Jonji with a free one on TRK. Almost whiffed it, but he does get the frag, and now he jumps around, and Maluk has no idea where Jonji is. Then Jonji flicks around to find Kays. So at 3K, an interesting one, but at a 3K at the end of the day.
Yeah, 3K is a 3K, and a big round for the Party Astronauts to avoid going down 9-5. Man, Party Astronauts, they get bailed out by a pretty unorthodox play from Jonji, even unorthodox by his standards. That was a weird one. Bit of a bing bong.
Yeah, I think also Maluk, I don't know where he thought Jonji was. Like, he was just jumping around. He had no idea where the shots were coming from. So, look, either way, it is the 15th and final round of play here in this first half of action on Overpass. Maluk has the off at Sandbags, scopes in. Ben again burning in that Molotov, this time down to 39 HP, and TeamOne abandoning the attempt on the boost. They're in a good position to rotate back to the A site. The problem is they don't have the bomb, and there's the boost here. Jonji finds one, almost connects on XNS. Do a little more damage, but only 8 HP of damage at the end of the day as Jonji falls off the head of his teammate, and then continues to spam on through the panel.
Still a man advantage for Party Astronauts as they'll try and recover this to an 8-7 half, still in the favor of their opposition, but it's better than 9-6, certainly, especially when you're on the CT side of Overpass. The CT side, historically, has not been the best. TeamOne, though, we're looking to put this one in the bag and finish this one off. A revenge match plus a reverse sweep after losing 16-2. Boy, would that be a story and a confidence boost for TeamOne playing their first game, their first matchup in ECL Season 40. That would definitely be a boon to their confidence. TRK charging up Sands. Pushing in forward, nade goes out, counter utility rating in. DJ, he's gonna have to hold the line alone now as PwnAlone has fallen. Lineup only one for DJ. Kays is right there for the trade. Kays pushing forward, keeping his eye close to that smoke. Jonji misses the angle. Spray not converted, 2v2. Ben spots the shadow, but not the kill. Is now 1v2, and he's half HP. It all comes down to the timing. XNS spots him. The op is peeking as well. The Deagle's out. The Deagle trades. 9-6 half. We'll hit the break.
All right, we're jumping right into the action here. Maluk getting the opening frag over on DJ. And that's a 5v4 in favor of Team One. Not what the Party Astronauts are, of course, hoping for after coming out with a lackluster CT side of their own. Viz, Ben, and everyone else going to return fire towards that B site. And XNS has closed the gap, and he is looking to peek around this corner at the perfect time. What a flashbang thrown by Pesa. TRK gets a couple, and now Viz responds with one, but this is just a nice pistol round from Team One.
It's another nice pistol round from Team One. They started it off on the T side with a brilliant B take, and now it's going to be a B hold unless PwnAlone and Viz can pick this apart. They've got a pair, and now only one more stands holding on the site. That's Kays. He's getting tagged, and he's gotten fragged. It's all down to one. Maluki's making his way up short. Timing can favor him if he gets in behind, but Viz is watching for the flank. Shadow shows, but it doesn't even matter. Crisp headshot returned. Bomb plant at the very least seems to be the goal for the Party Astronauts, and Maluk has to know that it's definitely not going to be the B set anymore. He grabs his kit, and he'll make his way up to A. Looks like he's going to go the short way through CT spawn. PwnAlone rotating back towards bathrooms. He does not have the ranged advantage. No utility for either side after that. Little decoy gets tossed. It's a wide open plant, though. Maluk has no idea where he's going to come from. Popped out as PwnAlone. And somehow, Party Astronauts pull that one back after what looked like it was going to be a stellar B hole.
Yeah, it's a very unusual plant spot, but I like it a lot, especially in a pistol round where you know the utility is limited. So really no cover for Maluk at all in that situation. And somehow, like you alluded to, the Party Astronauts come back and win a pistol round that Team One were in full control of. It is pistol round, though, so things can happen like that. It's not unusual, and we're going to go into this next one. Party Astronauts trying to tie things up, and PwnAlone, I shouldn't say tie things up, trying to get an 8th and eventually tie things up off of that pistol round is what I was trying to say. You guys understood. Anyway, 5v4. Yeah, exactly.
Like
I'm always trying to think ahead. Yes, exactly. Thank you. You made it sound good, and I appreciate that. Pwn looking through into Monster. And he's just going to bide his time. Team One, 3 players likely on this B site defense, and Party Astronauts just going to charge in, using that smoke and flashbang to their advantage. And look at the space that was closed by Jonji. Gets into pit, finds one, goes down, but the damage was done, and Team One just couldn't deal with the bodies coming at them. Only K's left standing.
He's got a scout, not the weapon you necessarily want for this kind of situation. He'll get a tag, but would take some damage in return. Drops that smoke to fade away. Nade does not go through the door, but if it did, he would be a dead man. He's trying to fall away. Ben's working his way up from behind. Mac 10 in hand. Should be 600 bones for the IGL of Party Astronauts. And there it will be converted. 9-8. The round you alluded to, John, is about to come up here.
Yes.
The anti-eco for Party Astronauts to try and tie things up at 9 apiece. They'll keep the Mac 10 for Ben. Jonji will probably go to the SMG as well. Indeed, that's the case. And now, where do they want to go? Because the pistols can stack something. There's some nades as well. 4 to be exact. A nade stack coming forth from Team One. And if Party Astronauts guess the wrong way, they'll eat a boatload of utility. However, they've gone the right direction. Only one here to defend. It's the unarmored, unpurchased, completely neutral Maluk.
There are 2 options for this nade stack. One is to wait for someone to show face over at Monster and to throw it, which, excuse me, actually does happen. But Ben gets a frag and then gets taken down, so they decided not to throw the nades at all. The other option, of course, is to charge down Fountain, and the one I prefer personally. Charge towards Fountain, throw the nades right out of the entrance from T-Spawn, or right at the entrance T-Spawn, and then, you know, it usually does a ton of damage should the T's decide to push out there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's a 4v3 in favor of the Party Astronauts. Jonji is going to hug the edge of this smoke as his teammates are trying to clear everything out. Here comes the utility that Team One had, and, well, it doesn't do anything at all. Pwn and Jonji clean things up, tied up, 9-9.
9-9, just like co-commentator predicted. He's reading through, rounds ahead. Luke's got the op. Plenty of utility as well. No, just a flashbang. I thought he would be able to get a little more. But he can't. Plenty of his utility in the rest of his teammates, though. A little still for Party Astronauts. The Mac 10 for Viz. And He's going to make the right move, go down to Khan, try and take a close engagement, line up with the op, though! And Maluk is unlucky to not come up with 2. He got the first. Only 6 HP remains on Jonji. Great counter and a nice short push as well. Comes into Sewers. It's a double swing, and TeamOne are looking to establish their CT side. They've done a good start, and now with Jonji finally hitting the dirt, it's even better. Ben gets nowhere. It's all down to PwnAlone without his trusty big green. He's stuck on an AK. I don't think he's going to get much out of this round, despite the low health on the Opera for TeamOne. There's nowhere for him to go. And no teammates to help him out. There's a boost into this angle. Oh! Nice little shot there from PwnAlone.
Yeah, it's something. I think he's going to get hopped by Maluk, though, and there you go. As he comes back, Maluk does indeed find that final frag, and TeamOne are the first ones to hit double digits, 10-9 in their favor. And I mean, just a good gun round coming through from TeamOne. They took the fights to the Party Astronauts, played a little bit aggressive, and PA honestly rushed it as well a little too much. Should have taken their time and waited out the clock a little bit longer. But I don't know, they're playing very scrappy Counter-Strike, I would say. And I said that earlier. I think both teams kind of going back and forth in that regard, but Party Astronauts need to settle things down. Maluk going out aggressive here with the AWP. And PwnAlone, well, he spots him out and then can't really get a shot off because as soon as Maluk sees someone, he falls off himself. Jonji spamming through the smoke as the Party Astronauts are poised to take mid-control.
They burned through quite a bit of their utility, though. Maluk will lock the wrong angle down, and he'll get caught from the side. PwnAlone with the opening kill. That's what Party Astronauts need to knot things up at 10 apiece. Pesadillo, though, alongside Bath. He's going to get cleared by Jonji, but the shadow shows. He goes back the wrong way, though. Tries to get traded, and he will. Van Leet will peek in and convert the spray. He'll upgrade to an AK. Plenty of time, though, for the Party Astronauts to either commit towards A or rotate down to the B site. Gaze is going to push through long bathrooms, though. Get all the information his side needs, and it's not going to be the A side of things unless Ben hops up and holds the line. Has to be careful. Case is here, misses the spray, but finally converts it messily. XNS holds down one as well towards the B site, getting that kill towards Monster. Is in PwnAlone now 2v3. XNS out in water. As a team in support, that's TRK. Gets that first, all down to PwnAlone. Creeping forward, surfing out, but no kill for XNS further. PwnAlone 1v2. Time is ticking. The op is going to rotate in the hands of Kaze. Bomb is out. PwnAlone faking the plant? Yes, but he has to worry about a couple of different angles. The op will block his vision, and TRK will capitalize. TeamOne punch another on the board. 11 now to 9 Party Astronauts. No full buy can come forth from the T side. They are a little light on cash. TeamOne with a prime opportunity to grow their lead to 3.
Yeah, and double ops coming through for TeamOne. That's going to be Kaze on the secondary op and Maluk on the primary. That's one thing about the previous TeamOne roster. There wasn't... You never really knew who was going to run that second op, but now with Kaze here, obviously he's been consistently doing it, and you can see why here. Ben Leet goes down as he peeks towards Fountain. Jonji trying to get the trade. He won't either. Look at the response, though, from Pwn and Viz. They drop Pesa and Kaze up on the ground for Pwn to pick up should he choose to, but as of right now, he's too far away. He's already pushed up. He's the forward recon here for the Party Astronauts on the A site. So he'll help ensure that that bomb can go down safely as TRK trying to spam back and forth through the wall, through the smoke. And at the end of the day, he's not going to connect on anything. And you see TeamOne on the outside looking in. But Maluk, a chance to make some noise. Find an opener on this retake. He peeks around the corner. And no one is showing face. 2 Party Astronauts towards short A, and the other one, that's Pwn. At truck, he drops TRK. That leaves only 2. Make it 1 as XNS sees both his teammates drop right to the ground. He does manage to get a frag, but this one is over, Austin. Party Astronauts strike back, and they get a 10.
10th round on the board, and a critical 10 to close that gap and slice it in half. But also, they need to edge closer. The Party Astronauts cannot allow TeamOne to get away with this. They cannot allow TeamOne to get a massive lead. They cannot allow TeamOne to get closer to that 15th and eventual 16th scoreline. TeamOne have to be held at bay if you're Party Astronauts, and this is the right start. The buy is not going to be great from TeamOne as scout for Maluk. No armor as well. Gaze on the Mag 7, probably going to be posted up in towards Con. Maybe something short B. M4s and the rest of the squad. 1 kit for XNS. Utility a little sparing though. Maluk only with a smoke. XNS only with flashbang. Ace only has 2 flashes as well. DRK is going to push. There's a double push towards short, actually. We're going to go behind the smoke. There's 3 players here. A spam from Jonji. Not really doing much damage. He'll catch off 1, though. That's a good start. He'll just bail away as well. Smart play, but he'll flash himself in. Not going to check for DRK's angle, who will double down, helped out by Caves. And what was a man advantage flips back to a man advantage for Party Astronauts. What a return there from Viz and Khan. And it's all down to Pesa and Maluk. They flipped the script on him, and this is a great turnaround here from PA, and he's read it too. Viz has Maluk's number. It's all down to Pesa, and what can he do in this 1v3?
Oh, I don't know, but that was back and forth in so many ways between both squads. Once Jonji and DJ go down, you think, oh, wow, that's really going in favor of Team One. They played it well, sending 3 players into water as Pwn does get that last one there. But afterwards, Viz just pops off. 2 well-placed, I should say 2 good frags, because his spray control was on point, and it's the second time we've highlighted that spray control, going back all the way to Mirage, right, when he was over at A ramp and he managed to spray down 2. Again here, made sure that both players would go down in turn, and then finds himself a 3rd to boot. So 11-11. Party Astronauts, let's not forget, we're down 9-6 at the beginning of this half. They pulled it back, and they have Team One on the ropes a little bit because they only got pistols, and Jonji immediately takes down Maluk, and that leaves, well, I was going to say 4, but Pwn makes it 3. Oh, that's a dirty 1D coming through from Case, and he at least will take down Ben. He's going to try and recover this gun, you would imagine, but it won't be easy.
I don't think he's going to have much pressure, though, as Viz has
Oh, no,
left.
they're backing off.
Yeah, they're going to go down towards B. It's a good read here from Party Astronauts, as keeping the guns out of the hands of Team One is not their primary objective. It's to get the lead for the first time, I believe, since that... Actually, have Party Astronauts led at any point in this map? I don't think they have. This would be their first lead. It's a good response by TRK, but it's traded back. Still, damage being dealt by Team One. Well, all down to XNS now. It should be the lead for Party Astronauts.
Yeah, Team One held on. It was either tied or Team One were in the lead throughout the entirety of this match so far. But with XNS just desperately fading away and trying to bail out of this fight, he will actually get Jonji. That's just a Mac 10 gain. He goes down to 2 HP. And it looks like Pwn and Viz say, you know what, we don't really care. Let's just keep these guns and get the heck out of here. You can keep that Mac 10 XNS as the Party Astronauts take the 12-11 lead. And I mean, it was kind of unlikely if you look at the stats, because their T side is not very good, and XNS tries to go for something and can't. But yeah, their T side win percentage is far lower than their CT side, and yet they've performed admirably.
They perform more than admirably on this T side. In fact, they look a little more comfortable on T right now than they did on CT side, quite considerably. In fact, a timeout called by Team One, their 3rd of the map. And this means that they are getting a little desperate. This is the time, though, to stop the bleeding and tie things up right away before that lead becomes a little too out of control. This is the do-or-die time. A round victory can make or break your chances of success in this series. It all comes down to this one last map. Inferno was a blowout in the favor of Party Astronauts. Mirage, not so much. Scraped away by Team One 16-14. And here on Overpass, we sit with 1 round separating these 2 teams into a critical buy for both sides. Maluk has the op, M4s on the squad, but John, there's one glaring problem. There is something that stands out as a massive contingency. The lack of a defuse kit, and now the lack of Maluk. This went from, uh-oh, to this is real bad.
Yeah, should have sacrificed 1 piece of utility, at least get 1 kit into the round. We'll see if it even is a difference maker here, as the Party Astronauts already gained the 5v4 edge. DJ hanging around that B side. He does have the bomb on his back and has to be careful here because he gets spotted by XNS, who takes him down to 25, but DJ returns the favor and more, taking him down to 15. And, well, I mean, maybe the plan was to have the bomb be spotted so that Team One lean more to the B site, because that's exactly what's happening. Only one left over at A is K's, and this leaves a lot of room for the Party Astronauts to work with on their advance to the A site. Viz AK in hand, decides to move out off of that flashbang. And he's just going to hold this angle towards long bathrooms because he doesn't know what is in that direction. Although he will soon because Ben is slowly but surely creeping up in that direction. Pwn does spot out one. That's towards bank. Rattles off a shot, but can't connect. TeamOne have not realized what's going on yet here, Austin, because they still have 3 players posted up on B. That leaves Kays in a very tight spot.
Yeah, this is not good for Kays and TeamOne, but for Party Astronauts, it just might be the opening they need to spearhead and wedge their way forward. Kill goes the way of Ben Leet. Jonji still lurking out towards B, and TeamOne might even just call this a save. Jonji's got all the information. He hears the stomping of the CT side, abandoning their B site, and rotating in towards T spawn. And I think, yeah, they're going to save here. They have to, really. They have to concede the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
They can use these guns to stymie Party Astronauts' run to glory. This really has been a streaky game for both of these two, or series, I should say, for both these two teams, where one team has looked great, the other one not so much. It flipped around, and now it's kind of returned.
Yeah, I mean, it's... To be honest with you, after what we saw in their previous BO3, I expected a lot tighter Counter-Strike than we have here, and what just happened there? Okay, TRK's gone, so he gets one before going down, so no gun saved over for TeamOne. That's going to hurt a lot more for TeamOne than it will for the Party Astronauts, who lost a couple of weapons there. But yeah, much better CS was played in the previous BO3. Here, Party Astronauts looked amazing in map 1. Second map, TeamOne were the team that took control of it for the most part. But Overpass has been so scrappy. At least we've seen closer rounds, right, than we saw in the first map, which was all Party Astronauts, which is what we expected, but could be better, could be better. Either way, look, heading into round number 25, 1:31 on the clock. And we can't forget, of course, that both teams are adjusting to new players. Viz, not so much for the Party Astronauts because he's been there before, but TeamOne with Kays and TRK returning. They still got some things to work out. There's no doubt about it, but they still have a chance to strike back here. Only a 2-round deficit. Ben cleans the clock of Maluk trying to get into connector. And again, this is a half buy for TeamOne, who are going to run out of rounds very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's the other problem. TeamOne doesn't have a lot of room to breathe. Only 3 more rounds separating Party Astronauts and victory here on map 3 of this series. TeamOne, can they find it within themselves to pull this one back? A Deagle round win would work out so well. Jonji comes through, though, with a MAC-10, and he's got the first. Molotov forces another out of position. Ben mops that up. Jonji's blind, and he will fall. Pace TRK trading flashes, assists, and kills. Now the 3v2. Deagle from TRK, unable to find its mark, however. Still an opportunity breathes for TeamOne. And it secure anything. Brilliant shot from Pace. No kit, not a lot of time. 1 HP not really going to matter for TRK either. Pesa and TRK have a lot to do. Now it's all into Pesa. Up finds one. He's got just the Deagle and the time is running out. He crosses to sight. He's been spammed through the box. Well, it got a little messy. Party Astronauts still convert that one in the end.
Definitely scarier than it had to be for the Party Astronauts, but PwnAlone doing PwnAlone things, gets things back under control quickly, and then DJ gets the last frag. Pwn is up to 25 frags here, 25 and 12 overall, and Jonji right behind him at 20 and 19. In fact, I mean, for the Party Astronauts, fragging has been pretty good across the board, which is a great sign for them with EPL on the horizon. And Pwn is going to get naded down to 36 here, so a good nade toss from TeamOne, an aggressive one, and as soon as it's tossed, Kays falls back off of it. Party Astronauts will, as a result, gain control of mid, but let's see if they can take this round and put a stranglehold on the match.
Yeah, Party Astronauts are looking to achieve that stranglehold moment. TeamOne have been able to fight tooth and nail from the brink of destruction, and quite a disheartening map 1 loss to really control the flow of the game for the middle map and the greater portion of Overpass until quite recently as well. It's been a good recovery from Party Astronauts, but same could be said for TeamOne even getting it to this point. However, doesn't really mean too much if you don't come out as the victors in the end. TeamOne Not exactly getting anything done early on, giving a lot of space over to Party Astronauts who are creeping their way around the map. A site is getting the extra rotations though, and it looks like Party Astronauts might even call the audible down through B. They have all their players in con. They're going to go towards B. The rotation pool has worked. TeamOne are taking the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and that's an opening.
Oh, this is just a great play by the Party Astronauts. Look at the utility they dedicated to the A site. TeamOne are swarming around it. Now they realize that something is up. TRK drops DJ. Jonji tries to spot out Maluk, but in the meantime, a couple of his teammates are down. It's a 3v3. Sticking this plant would be a very bad idea. Ben Leet, is he going to try for it anyway? He is. He could go down here. Pesa can't find him. Finally does. And now it is going to be the round in favor of TeamOne. That was just weird for the Party Astronauts to try and stick the plant. They panicked a little bit, didn't know where TeamOne was or any of their players were, and decided, you know what, let's just plant the bomb and get the plant money. But disjointed, to say the least.
Disjointed indeed, but a critical win there for TeamOne. They stand tall despite getting completely baited out. It's a perfect feint from Party Astronauts. However, TeamOne are still able to recover the round. They'll have the double op set up again, too, which has proved very deadly. Kaze has been very good on that secondary op. Jonji running out towards A, though. There's an op peeking. That's going to be Maluk's. Kaze's op is also out towards long. They're putting both of their ops in the same site. Interesting decision there. Smoke will force Maluk back. He has the Pesadillo rifle of comfort right there as well. The nade will chunk him down, however. That'll be a start, at least somewhat of a start for Party Astronauts. Maluk still holding in towards Divider. The slower round again coming forth here from both these two teams with a little more aggression from TeamOne in this round than the one prior. Going to take a little more initiative. Pace, will he be cleared? If not, this is a great opening here. But PwnAlone drops the op, and Jonji's ready. However, Pesa quicker on the draw. Connects that shot. He'll be the winner of today's noontime duel.
Ooh.
And he's even gotten away a little bit further. He's got backup too. That's Kaze.
Yeah, I thought Pwn was going to swing around in time, but he couldn't. Thing is, Pesa has to move back into this angle, and Pwn knows it. He drops him with one shot. That makes it a man advantage in favor of the Party Astronauts. I think that's going to trigger and execute onto A. Indeed it is. They're going to charge right on through. Kaze could be a thorn in their side, but he's got a Molotov burning away. He doesn't know because he's flashbang. Still gets the frag, but eventually goes down to Viz. That leaves it all up to XNS and TRK to try to keep the Party Astronauts off of 15 rounds. Maybe a flank here from XNS to come through from Connector, but TeamOne has to ask themselves, do we try for this? Do we save? I mean, this next round will be very tough if they don't keep these A1Ss, and I think realizing, he saw the peak coming through there by XNS, he saw the op and said, you know what, the save is what we're going to go for.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Maybe it's better to save this after all.
Yeah.
Could be potentially just slightly better. And it's the wise call here for TeamOne, although Party Astronauts are going to get to match point, John, and all they have to do is serve out for the match. It's a great spot to be in for Party Astronauts and for TeamOne. They are behind the 8 ball. It's still recoverable, only 3 rounds shy. They are on the defensive end of Overpass. It is the favored side. Party Astronauts have really managed to pick them apart quite well on this T side. They've read it very well. They've been able to worm into positions where TeamOne are getting caught off guard. The op of PwnAlone has been nothing short of spectacular as well. 27 and 13, far and above the highest kill count on the server.
Yeah, only 3 rounds in this second half here for TeamOne versus the Party Astronauts, who have 9. So it's very reminiscent of Mirage, right? Where, I mean, Party Astronauts had the lead going into that second half, and then TeamOne came back. Excuse me, no, they had the early lead, and then TeamOne were coming back to take control. Either way, Party Astronauts 1 round away from securing this series. An op, 4 AKs for them. TeamOne don't have the op in play. A1Ss across the board for them. Jonji has gained the space towards long A. In fact, no one really watching for TeamOne towards long. That's a big gap in their defensive lines. Let's see if the Party Astronauts can exploit it. And it is Jonji there, so you know he's not going to waste any time moving on forward. And he could catch Pesa off guard here. Let's take a look. Jonji, And Pesa, Pesa pulls out his pistol at the wrong time, gets his rifle out once more. Jonji can't capitalize, and Kays comes through for a 2K, 5v3, 38 seconds left for the Party Astronauts to adjust, but I'm not sure they're going to have enough time.
They might not even have enough space. Look at the rotation down. Maluk's already here, ready to take him out. The flashbang doesn't really help, and TRK's found a victim. In the meantime, vizPam down to 9, and it looks like the first stand of 3 necessary for TeamOne is going to hold, unless Ben and Viz can work their way back in. The cross does not work, and Viz on 9 HP, finished off by TRK. And Party Astronauts flounder in the dying embers of this matchup. And TeamOne are crawling closer, and they drop the Ring of the Fires of Mount Doom. They're getting there. They just have to make it up the summit. Timeout called. Party Astronauts going to be the one to call that. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that one. Let's confirm. Yes, Party Astronauts call this timeout. And boy, is it needed, because look at their economic state too, John. Ben at $2,500.
Okay, yeah. Let's see how this is going to go down. I mean, look, Pwn can drop for Ben. It shouldn't be a problem. They should invest into this round and try to close this one out, and they absolutely will. Loss bonus is tough. A bomb plant is extremely important this round, especially, well, if they win, it's over, right? But if they lose, then at least they have an $800 boost added to the $1,900, and $2,700 is a lot more palatable than only $1,900 added when you look at how much money they have left after this. But Pwn does have the big green gun, 2 AKs, the Galil, and the Deagle. A good Molotov thrown early by TeamOne that will burn down Jonji and Ben to 1684 HP respectively. Then Pwn eats a nade and goes down to 60. That's some great early damage done by TeamOne, and it'll make it easier for those A1S to chew through those 3 bodies. DJ spams through the smoke. Party Astronauts have not committed to either site just yet. Kind of in default positions, but they're slowly moving away from that and charging on forward. You see 3 players converging upon that long A position, and Jonji, was leaning towards long A, but I think he was told, look, nope, stay at short bathrooms, hold that angle, and make sure no one gets the jump on us. Kays has a chance to be a difference maker again, but this time, no 2K, no frags at all. Pwn drops him immediately. Then Jonji, DJ ends up taking down Maluk. This is the A site pierced and opened up by the Party Astronauts.
They've definitely forced their way in. Pesa's gonna get dropped as well. PwnAlone sends him down the ledge, tumbling off a jump up. It's all down to 1 man, or rather 2 people, as TRK's got a pair of himself. XNS and TRK, if there's 2 people you want in this situation right now, it would be these 2 towards the top of the scoreboard for their squad. XNS on site, taps the bomb, baits at a peek. No. PwnAlone has his number. TRK falls as well. Party Astronauts will hold the line. They'll take this one 16-12. And what a comeback there from the Party Astronauts. I thought TeamOne were going to run away with this series.
It felt like it, right? Because on their CT side, the Party Astronauts couldn't really come up with much of anything. They did at least get 6